well, my bouncer is present. All right. So for all y'all just tapping in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We are here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, where we take unconventional relationships and lifestyles. And I give my guests a platform to tell their story, give their opinions, give their advice, because of course they're the ones that are living it. Um, Today's topic for the night is big age gaps. We recently had Peaches on the show, which was big age gaps as well, but she's somebody who dates older people. Now we have Sexy Red Ma, who says that she dates younger people, so she's going to give the opposite perspective of that. So, Sexy Red Ma, you ready for me to box you up? You ready to go? I'm young for the record. Look. All right. So here's Sexy Red Ma. Please go ahead and tell us, what you do on the app, when we can catch you, what you have coming up, and then I'm going to start asking you some questions.
Oh, hello everybody and hello. Yeah, I'm Sexy Red Ma and I am the host of Connections with Red Ma. It's on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where we influence and we inspire others. I also have a live podcast on Thursday nights at 11 with my co-host Florida's Finest called SHL Social High Live, and that's bumping, and y'all need to come check us out on that for real. Okay, like don't be missing out. Y'all sleep on us, all right? And we got another big project coming up. And I'm can I spill the tea? I want to.
More than
She
welcome
might let me.
to. Go
She might let
ahead.
me spill the tea. She might let me spill the tea in here. We was gonna spill the tea tonight, but she might let me spill the tea in here. But I'm gonna wait until she give me the go ahead, y'all.
She said,
Oh,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
Okay, then. So, I'm paying, this is in homage to my girl, Gemini Queen. I don't know if anybody know that name, but Gemini Queen,
Mhm.
she been going through a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's my girl. So what I'm doing for her is I'm bringing back Fine Man Fridays for her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really for her. I'm gonna be doing fine. Me and Florida's Finest, we're gonna be doing Fine Man Fridays, and we're gonna try to start our first one next Friday. So we got any fine men in there, I don't care what your size is, what you look like, whatever. If you got confidence, make sure you tap in with us on Instagram because we definitely want to put you on, and we just want to have fun.
Oh, well, all you men in the chat, you make sure that you tap in with Sexy Redmont and Florida's Finest for this Fine Men Friday. I'll be sure to tap in and look. Okay. All right. So, my first question is, I know we never ask a lady this question, but for the purpose of the show, how old are you and what is the age gap that you date within?
I am 51, and
And
my
gorgeous.
age
Okay.
gap my age gap is 10 years.
10 years. Okay.
It's 10 years. And so right now I have a friend, he's about to turn 41 in April.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been friends with him for a long time. I think I started dating him or messing around with him, so to speak, when he was 28 and I was 39.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
She kept that one in her pocket. All right. All right.
Yeah, he
So,
left.
was he your first gentleman that you dated that was younger, or you dated younger prior to him?
No, I've never dated really. Listen, when it comes to being too close to my daughter's age, because I have two daughters, 23 and 29, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
now, I won't tell a lie. Now I'll go out on good old hot date and get me a free meal and some free drinks from somebody that's 35. You feel me? Because I
Right.
feel like, because it's my personality. It's my personality. I can't explain it. I don't have that dreary drab type of older woman attitude or whatever they call it, because a lot of women have been in my inbox for the last, I don't know, several years, because they want to know that why do I act the way I act? And I say because I have confidence. This is me. This is me. And you know
Mm,
what? I love me, and that's just how it is. And
for
the men
sure.
tend to love me too. So you know.
Okay. All right. So, how often do you come across men interested in the age gap?
Almost every day, really, like almost every single day. And that's really not even with live streaming. Like I get men that
Oh,
send me messages all over the place, or even just being out and about. When I'm out and about on a Friday night, somebody will come up, you know what I'm saying? So, and I really don't know why. I listen, they always tell me, you don't look like you 51, you lying. And I'll be like, I am 51. And they'll be like, I like older women. I like, and I'll be like, but it's not like that for me. It's not like I just like younger guys. It's
hmm.
not like that. And I'm very picky. I'm a Scorpio. So I'm very picky. You gotta be grown, you gotta be mature for me to even hang out with. So that's why I said 35. I don't mind going out on me a hot date with somebody that's 35 if he got his stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Okay. But before I do it, a little show plug. My next question is: do you are a very confident BBW woman? Like we've had these discussions. I've been on your show, all that. Do you think that's a key factor in why these men approach you?
Yeah, I do. I think that I pull up on the scene, car booming and everything, girl. I like,
Oh, I
my
love
music.
it.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up, and I don't care. I'm gonna be dressed nice, smelling good. You can smell me from a mile away, baby. I'm telling you. When I jump out on the scene, it's just like it's like I'm a magnet sometimes. And I'm gonna be honest. This is not for me. I'm not bragging.
It's never a brag, okay?
I'm not bragging. Like, wait. Lord have mercy.
Ooh, I love it. I
Why?
love it
I'm
though.
so
I love
I'm
it for
so
you
sorry.
though.
You already know. You already know, right? You already know what's going on right now. I'm sorry. Okay, but
Look, I got a lot going on over here too. We good. We good. It happens.
but you know what though? Yeah, it's just like that. I mean, it's me. My kids, my daughters, they have my confidence. I instilled that in them. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go to my death saying that I instilled confidence in both of my daughters. The way they dress, the way they carry themselves, the way they take care of their bodies and things like that. That all came from me, and that all came from me telling them that you need to. You know what I'm saying, this is how it is. This is how it
Hmm.
is. You got to hold your head up high. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what attracts men or the younger guys. They feel like I act like them. Just like I said, I
Hmm.
come through and I'm booming. I'm kind of spinning the wheels at the park and everything. Ask my daughter. I'll pull off on the car with her and everything.
Okay.
So I think
All
that
right,
it's just
speed
that.
racer. Hola. All right, for those of you just tapping in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter, here every Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern. We are discussing big age gaps tonight with Sexy Red Ma in the Box. Make sure that you guys are faving her. Thank you for all the faves. Thank you for all the love. She has a show Wednesday nights as well at 7 p.m., right? And
7
then she
p.m.
also has a live podcast Thursdays at
11
what's
p.m. Eastern Standard
11
Time.
p.m. Look, I can remember the days, I just forget the times. Okay. So what we discussed so far is, you know, her age gap, when she started dating younger men. We've also talked about how often she comes across men that are interested in the age gap. So our next question for Sexy Redma is, what made you start dating younger men? Because you say you don't like them, but what made you say, okay, I'll give it a shot?
Okay, my friend. When I met my friend, we did not ask each other how old we were at all. Like, never,
Hmm.
ever brought that up. I knew that he was younger than me because I met him how I met him. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was younger than me. You know, he had a little boy. My kids was in high school and stuff like that. So that was that. But we just never brought up each other's age, right?
Mm.
I swear to you, not up until now. Recently, like sometime like in the last few months, was when he first said my age. The Amy very first time he said my age, and
Oh.
I did not even know that. I was just like, but I should have known that he knew how old I was. I don't know why I didn't say that, but I was stunned when he said it. Like, but he was a little, he was a little perturbed with me that day. He didn't like what I had on, so he tried to bring my age
Like,
up into
Bobby.
me wearing my outfit, and that's how that came up. And I was like,
That's right.
what?
Like I said, she is a confident woman, y'all. Does a perceived sexual ability play a part in dating younger?
Say it again.
Does a perceived sexual ability play a part in dating younger? Does that play a major role, a sexual aspect?
Um, it did not happen like that with it didn't happen like that with my friend. It We had met each other and then I didn't I mean I would see him sorry about that. We would
You good?
we would hang out, but we just I can't explain it. It was never like that in the beginning. Of course we ended up sleeping together, of course, but I don't think it really had anything to do with it because my friend acts way beyond his years.
Got you, got you. Okay, so would you consider yourself a cougar? I'm gonna say probably not because of the fact that you say you really are not into younger men like that. It just happens that they're into you.
Okay, the whole cougar thing for me is that I did say that I'll go out with somebody that's 35ish and they're 35 and ish, right? I
Right.
will. Now, when it comes down to it, I may probably go down to 39, maybe, and that's just a play toy. He ain't gonna be nothing serious.
Got
I
you.
mean, he's because I would tell them all the time, and just here recently, I'm not any good. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm this doll. No, I'm not. I'm not any good, and I'm gonna wreck you. I'm gonna wreck your whole life. You
Whew.
do not want these problems because I'm here. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. What I want, and this is what I want. If you're not willing to give it to me, let me slide on to the next. And that's how it is. And these younger and dealing with somebody that's
Period.
younger, they are really willing to give you what you want. They're willing to give me everything. They love it. Listen,
Teach
let
me
me
the
just give you an
way. Like at
example.
this point, teach me the way.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. Girl, I ain't paid for my nails in about 2 years. And I got a whole Mexican way out in
Why?
Michigan paying for my nails. He young.
Why?
It's
Why?
crazy. It's crazy.
So
So yeah, it's not.
I want look, she's talking about the perks. Okay, so for those of you just tapping in, this is Found a Way with Why It Matter. I'm your host, Why It Matter. We're here every Wednesday, 11 p.m.
Yep,
Eastern. And
yep,
tonight
yep.
we're talking about big age gaps with Sexy Red Mall. We had Peaches on the show before who discussed dating older men. Now we have Sexy Red Mall talking about dating younger men. Me personally, I'm just trying to learn from y'all because I've never had a man pay for me to go get my nails done, hair done. I do my own. I'm gonna be real, I do my own. but they never say, here, go buy you some supplies. You know what I'm saying? They
Well,
think like, oh, she does her own, so we don't got to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm
we're gonna
getting
have
at.
to get into that conversation. We're gonna have to get into that one there,
Right.
because
And she got the
yeah,
younger
but
men doing it. I'm just
there
saying, she
are
got the
very
babies
there
taken
there
care of.
are there are good perks to my situation for real, because my friend is the plug, and he he has everything that I basically need when I pull up to his crib. He has his own place. He's had his own place forever and ever. I can't even remember how long since he was a
Any man
very
I've ever
young.
dated, younger or older, it's a. Do you got have to put in on the tank? Do you got have to put in on the smoke? Do you got have
Mm-mm,
to put in on the
mm-mm,
drink? Do you got any drink?
mm-mm.
No, yeah. See, I don't
I don't
know
have to
whether
do
I date
I don't
younger
have
or
to do
older. I
any of
go
that.
into this issue. So you broke whether
No,
you're old or you broke whether you're young. It don't
whatever.
matter.
Well, listen, I'm single. I live a single life. That's the life I want to live. I'm very comfortable in my skin, and I can date anybody that I want to. I've just made a vow years ago that I wasn't dating it. I wasn't gonna be in a serious relationship anymore. That's not anything that I'm interested in. And that's another thing about dating somebody that's young. Some of them, they want relationships. They claim they want relationships, but I really think they really don't even be knowing what they be wanting. They just be wanting somebody to spend some time with. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, because that's what I want. But I want to be treated
Right.
like a princess. That's just how that is. And if you want to be chasing my skirt tail and you still got Similac on your chin,
Check
be
out
my
mine.
guest. That has nothing to do with me.
Right. So aggressive is asking some pretty good questions. He just said, how do you feel about the double standard that exists within dating age gaps?
So I'll give y'all I'll tell y'all something. Um, my oldest daughter's father is 20 years older than me. He was 40 and I was 20. He was 41 or 42. He was 42 and I was 21, almost 22 when I found that I was having my daughter. And I'll just say this, that is a double standard, because I don't feel like just because a man dates somebody younger that he's some weirdo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To each his own out here. It's be some young
Right.
ladies that really want to they want an older guy. They want an older
Hell,
man.
Peaches in the comments is
Not
one of
only
them.
because they have daddy issues, because everybody always say that a young woman wants a older man because she got daddy issues, but that's not all the way true. Some women like what they like. Some women just
Exactly.
like what they like. You know.
All right. Do you find it easy to bring your younger gentleman friend around your family?
Well, it's not that I bring him around, but he is around. It's like I mean, I don't know how to explain this. He's the plug. Like, you get what I'm saying? He's the plug. And so everybody already knows him. But like my daughter's mom, if anybody gonna come around here and hang out with you, it'll be him. You know what I'm saying? They would expect it to be him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care, because they already know him, and they know that he's younger than me. They don't care. I mean, they really feel like I'm doing the dang on thing. So
Because you are. And for those of you just tapping in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We're here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, where we take unconventional relationships and lifestyles and we hear our guests' opinions, their stories, their advice, because they lived it. We are discussing big age gaps with Sexy Redma, who happens to date younger gentlemen. So our next
oh,
question is from Aggressive again. He's been asking all the good questions tonight. He said, so is status playing a role in this situation, or are you engaging based upon substance?
I am engaging based upon substance, because I've been dealing with my friend now for this is our 14th year.
Yeah, she said this is
And
long term.
he's very special to me. To be honest, he is very special to me, and I'm very special to him. You know what I'm saying? Like we respect each other, and we respect each other's boundaries. We don't cause each other problems. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried about what he's doing. That's not my boyfriend. That is just like my dear friend. Like he's just somebody that I'm really close to. You know what I'm saying? We do love each other. Now that's not even a lie. We do love each other. We tell each other that, you know, and that's it. And he's the only one. I wouldn't even dare say I would do that with anybody else because I wouldn't have that time that I put in with this situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So I know you can only really speak for yourself, but I'm sure that there's other people that you know that date younger or date older. Would you say the majority it's more of a sexual over romantic, or you believe that a good person, I mean, a good amount of them, it's, romantic?
A good amount of them is sexual.
Hmm.
Some of my older lady friends, they like to go to Pound Town, and is they just feel like a younger man can give them what they want in the bedroom. So
Hmm.
they cheat and they step out and stuff like that to go and mess around with a younger guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it is mostly based on sex. And then I do know that people can fall in love with I mean, my last relationship, he was 11 years older than me. Yeah, he was 11 years older than me. So it can happen. It's just the circumstance and the person.
Now, do you think the switch from dating older men to younger men changed as you got older? Like it was just a point in your life where it's just like, let me try this out.
You know what it was? Just one night. Well, one of my friends, she gave me his number to get, and so he came over. And matter of fact, he came over and I was at my ex's house. This is so crazy. I was at my ex's house. And while I was out there standing by his car, he was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "That's your dude." And I was like, "Hell no," like, because that was my ex at the time. I was like, "Hell no." And so then he was just like, "Keep my number, call me." He was like, "Call me anytime." And that's really how we
Mhm.
started out talking.
Hmm.
So that's really how we
Very
started out talking.
interesting. Yeah, because, like I said, I don't date dudes younger than me. I'm actually just starting to date men closer to my age range, but they're all still older than me. Maybe a couple years, maybe 5 years, nothing crazy. But I have attempted to talk to men that are younger than me. Thank you so much for the love, you guys. And I just can't find the connect. And I think it's because I'm still young. I'm only 31. So I think it's because I'm talking to men under the age of 30 that I'm just like, yeah, like we ain't on the same level. This ain't gonna work. So
And it be like that sometimes. Like you said, you still young, 31. I see your question, aggressive. I see your question. You know, you are, you're still young. And a lot of times, relationships, like I told my daughters, my daughters are in that, like I said, they're in their 20s. My oldest daughter is 29. But I've always
mhm,
told my daughters to enjoy their 20s so that when they get into their 30s, they know exactly what they want. And you're probably at that stage where you know exactly what you want.
right.
And you probably want somebody like right at the age of 30 or 31. You probably want that person right there. You know what I'm that's around that age. But I'll be honest
Mhm.
with you, you just never know where you're gonna find that type of relationship. You just never know. Things be happening like really crazy. Like I wouldn't have never thought that this past year my friend would be like a rock for me, like totally a rock. And this is the truth. I had messed around with my friend for 3 whole years because we spend time away from each other, and it's not like we don't see each other, but we don't have to, because we already know what it is, and it's life. You know what I'm saying? But when I started back talking to him was when my father, when I was losing my dad. I think it was like the day or two before I really, like before everything had happened. And I just was like, I need to talk to you. And he answered. He just answered. And then he was just he was just like, come over. And I went over there and he just let me cry. This is our friendship is different now. It's not like what
Hmm.
it was. And matter of fact, we were just talking about that the other day. Like we are much closer like that. He trusts me, and it's really hard for my friend to trust because, like I said, he the money man. So, but to know that he trusts me, what I'm saying, is and I trust him totally, and we just have this thing. He was just there for me when I was losing everything. When I was losing
Hmm.
everything. So that's why I said, I do love him. And to answer your question, aggressive leverage. Do I feel like I got the upper hand in my situation with my friend? Yes, I do. Because okay, wait a second. Because he has something going on that was going on before I started back talking to him. Okay, this is
Hmm.
just true. Um, and he told me about it as soon as he saw me. He told me, but that for the situationship that either is here nor there for me. That's why I have the leverage because I do what I want. He can't control anything that I do. Now I ain't gonna lie, because of men try to do that sometimes, especially when they care about you, they get a little jealous of you and things like that. Like I said,
Right.
my friend, our friendship has changed. He talks about my clothes and stuff and da 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 da. So it can be like that. But I do feel like I have leverage because I don't have anything connecting me to anybody and I can do what I want. And he's free, but he's not free. He's mostly free, but he's not free. And when he's mostly free, I'm mostly with him. You know what I'm saying? So then he says, why do you think we teach young ladies to have fun in their 20s
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
the
speak on that.
expectation by 30 having a standard? Okay. I said, well, I really mean my kids, I don't have any grandkids, right?
Hmm.
And I'm not pressuring my kids to have kids. And I'm not telling them that party in your 20s and then start having kids in your 30s or settle down in your 30s. That's not what I'm telling them. I'm telling them to enjoy your 20s, and when you become 30 and in your 30s you will truly realize what you want in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? You will
Hmm.
know, because once you hit that age 30 you're really supposed to know some stuff by now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. I don't mean that they have to just flip their lives around and start trying to make babies and get married and things like that, because if
They'll just be
I'm out here
mature enough
living
to
my
have
best.
more of an understanding of what it is they want.
Yeah, I want them to know. And I want them to know exactly what it is they want so that they can be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's that for that with them.
And that's understandable because I mean, you got to make sure it's exactly what you want. That's why
No, late.
that's why
That's not late. 30 isn't late.
you have kids that women are having kids and they're not ready for that type of commitment. They're not ready for that kind of responsibility, and that's why you have so many kids in the world now that have a lack of parenting because their parents aren't ready. So I feel like take that time to find out if it's really what you want. And it's so easy to sit there and say like, oh yeah, abortion and things like that, but truth is some people just don't have the insurance for it. Some people don't take the time to go do it the correct way. Like it's just so many things to it other than just saying, well, make the decision.
Oh, you crazy. Listen, let me break down some of this stuff that's going on in the comments. Please, please, Wyatt. Okay, let me address a couple of things here because I don't want to leave anybody out.
But
Aggressive.
we're human.
My
We're
friend
going to
doesn't.
engage naturally.
Yeah. My friend doesn't have any leverage over me. He can't, he doesn't. Leverage is when he has a one up on me and I can't get out of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. That's not true. I leave. My friend is worried. My friend has been worried since I started back talking to him. My friend has been worried and he makes sure he says it sometimes that he's thinking, when are you going to not be around? Because I
Hmm.
can easily just back up and be gone. I I could easily be back up and be gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that he always is, threatened by. The other thing is to Donzo. Donzo, men do get jealous of
Yeah,
women.
you can't speak in general for men about men not
Yeah,
getting
you can.
jealous. Like, because believe me, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's a little messy, but my number one, he's a jealous individual. As much as he claims he's not, he is. And believe me, he talks more mess on women than
Nobody's
he
worried
does
about
on
that. They
men.
ain't
So
worried
that
about
tells
that
you enough right
biological
there.
clock.
But for those of you just tuning in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We're here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, and we take unconventional relationships and lifestyles, and I give my guests a platform to discuss their relationships, their lifestyles, and their advice, and just give us a different point of view that I feel that we don't have because we don't live these lifestyles, we don't live have these relationships. So it's a chance for you to hear and get a different perspective. We're here with Sexy Red Ma discussing big age gaps. She personally dates men that are younger than her. Well, she has a gentleman friend that she dates that's younger than her. For the person who keeps trying to get in my box, it is only for the guests. I apologize. I stream almost every other day. You can hop in the box any other time, okay? But right now is not the time. As a man, it's typically not jealousy, more so when women operate from abundance, it removes scarcity. If women operate from scarcity, it leaves a void for the man to fill. But
Listen,
but
if
doesn't
I
a
go
man need
get
a void to fill as well? We are meant to complete each other. It's a mutual thing. So shouldn't there be scarcity regardless?
I don't understand this whole biological clock thing. Because women are out here having kids at 50 years old.
Sure.
That's it. That really is either here nor there. I'm not taking anything away from them. It's their choice. They have a choice. Mom is not out here telling them not to have kids. I'm
Yeah,
telling them to
and
wait
I believe that.
until.
I think that the decision to have kids later in life and to wait from marrying and all that stuff, that's their own personal decision. Not saying that they don't want it. I think it's their own personal decision. It's not necessarily that we're teaching this to people. We're letting them know that it's
you know,
okay to make that your decision. Because that's me personally. Ain't nobody sat there and told me to go and have babies and stuff. Ain't nobody sat here and told me to not have babies. Whatever I chose, my family went along with it.
and that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not over here saying, girl, when you gonna give me a grandchild? When you gonna give me a grandchild? That's like I said, to be honest, because I'm out here living my best life. You
Love
know
you,
what I'm
boo.
saying? And I'm gonna be a great grandma. Don't trust me. I'm gonna be a awesome grandma. But it's their decision at the end of the day. Mom doesn't have any control
Hell,
over that.
technically I was a grandmother at the age of 29. My baby daddy is 52, and his daughter, who I graduated high school with, ended up having a baby with my godbrother. Her son is 2 years older than my second son. And so I became a grandmother because we were engaged. I became a grandmother at the age of 29.
And it happens. It happens.
Hmm.
So check this out. So basically, human beings are not qualified enough to correct. We getting into something
No,
totally different.
no, that's off topic, but I'm gonna say this. No, we are not qualified to correct anybody's behavior because we are all human. We all make mistakes. You can't sit here and correct the next person for what they do. That's what you have free will for.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like for my friend, the situation with my friend, there is structure there between him and I. We, excuse me, we when we want to see each other, we know exactly what to do. It's almost like we have this clock, and we just know when it's time for us to see each other, right? But when I'm around him, when I'm around him, I put this on everything I love. I could sleep. I could sleep. I used to couldn't even sleep in his house, and I've been coming there for years. But this type of sleeping that I'm doing now with him, like being there all night, and I don't have to leave early in the morning. I don't have to leave early in the morning. I can just lounge around, lay around, shoot. I live stream over there now. Like I'm very much he's making me very comfortable in this situationship because, like I said, he does have something else going on,
For the
but
kid.
he has his own home. He can do his own thing, and we're not messy. We grown ups. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're very much grown.
To answer your question, aggressive, exactly what we're doing now. We're not sitting
We
here
got to talk
saying
about
that you
it.
need to date big age gaps. I've had other topics on the show. We've had side pieces. We've had um, 50 Shades. We've had polyamorous, and poly. I forgot what the other one was called. It's a certain term. It's a form of poly, though. Um,
Mhm.
we've had all these different topics on this show, and it's just for you to hear, and maybe you might change your way of thinking. I can't force you to think different from what you think. The most we could do is just speak on it, and you hear, and you decide on which path you decide to take.
Cause that's it. Because if I thought that I was messing the world up by what I'm doing, then I would obviously I wouldn't be doing it, right? You know, but people, I'm gonna say this, because I don't know whether people really believe that people older and younger or younger and older can really be in love with each other or can really love each other or care about each other, but we can respectfully, you
But
know.
how? But it's not technically bad behavior. Aggressive is what I'm saying. It's what an individual is willing to tolerate.
Listen, bad
You can only
behavior
be
is.
aware of what it is, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're willing to
Mhm.
endure. The same with me. The same with Red. The same with my mind. The same with eating. it it's what you're willing to tolerate. So it's not that you need to fix a person, it's what you're willing to tolerate. You let them know what you're willing to tolerate, and it's up to them on whether they want to make that change or not. It's not up to you to change them.
I didn't have to. I did not have to. I didn't have to talk to my friend, and quite honestly, my friend did not have to say hello. When I text my friend, I hadn't seen. Like I said, I hadn't messed around with him or nothing in like 3 years. So he had the choice. He did not have to answer my phone call at all.
Right.
Period. But he did because we have history. You know what I'm saying? And I just always been that little twinkle back there in the back of his head. That's how tight we been. But we just sometimes we just need a break, or I disappear. I can't say him because I disappear.
Right.
But I told him this time I wasn't gonna disappear. I was like, I'm not gonna disappear. And when he did share with me what he had going on, I said, I don't give a. This have nothing to do with me. And that was going on when I wasn't with you and all of that. You understand me? I could see if it was something going on and we were messing around at that moment. But no, that was going on way before I even started by talking to my friend. So let that stay over there. And that's that.
Not true. I feel that a lot of times
Well, you
men
mean
are
you mean
not
you mean
judged.
age people.
Men are not judged when they're
He
dating
does
younger
mean
women versus the older
he
women dating
means
younger men.
He means yeah, he means older men dating younger women. All that's I've seen
He's
men
saying
marry
that
18
they're
year olds.
judged and it's considered predatory, while women it's more adventurous. Not necessarily true. A lot of women who date younger men get attacked. I feel it goes
That's
both
why I said
ways.
as far as dating an older man, a younger woman dating an older man does not necessarily mean that she has daddy issues, or something traumatic happened to her.
Because
That's
they
why she
hide it
wants
more.
her daddy.
Men take more pride when they're dating a younger woman. It's more like a prize, a trophy wife, something on their arm, something that looks good.
True,
A lot
true,
of older
true.
women don't flaunt the fact that they're dating a younger man.
I don't flaunt it, but my
Predatory
friends
women
flaunt
past 40,
it.
dating under 30 labeled as predatory. But that's what I'm saying though.
Under 30.
It all depends because you have people Hi. Oh, for those of you just tapping in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter, here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. We have Sexy Red Ma in the box discussing big age gaps. She
Hey,
dates younger
everybody.
men. I personally date older men. That's just me. But we were just discussing with Aggressive the comparison of men dating younger women and women dating younger men. And like I said, me personally, and thank you for the love. From my point of view, older women are hidden a lot more. My uncle dated a woman that was older, that was a few years older than his mother, and we talked about this before in my stream, and it was looked down upon. It was like they just said why, and my uncle's response was, I don't have to worry about getting this woman pregnant. She's done. She's going through menopause. Like there's no like I can't get her pregnant. I don't have to have a pregnancy scare. And like and then all the way like my stepmother, my aunt, everybody was just so concerned. They couldn't understand why he was dating this older woman. And you know, people have their reasons, but they looked at her as predatory.
And I think you know what? When you say that, I can probably see that. I can probably see that in my friend too, because we don't have to go through all of that because
Mm-hmm.
he just recently had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, before I was even around, I wasn't around with all of that, but he just recently had a baby, and I know that that's something that he doesn't want another kid. So I can
Right.
just see him being like way more cozier and more close to me because we're never gonna go there. And that was how it was way back when we first started talking anyway. I still couldn't have kids and things like that. So I'm sure that had a little bit to do with it too.
Yeah. When it came out that I was dating my baby daddy, um, everybody had an issue with it. Thank you, IC. Everybody had an issue with it. Everybody looked down on it, but nobody. And then that's where they asked the question, "What do you have in common?" I'm sure you get asked that, but also my age gap is 20 years. My baby daddy is 53. I'm 31. It's a 20-year age gap, and people just didn't understand it. However, we understood it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, and that's how it
it was
is.
nobody else's business, you know. Of course, you know, everybody knows the story that's been in my stream long enough. That was my abuser. That is somebody who tried to manipulate and control me and things like that, which is the whole reason why I'm on tag. You know what I'm saying? But and who I am on tagged. However, like at once upon a time before he had his breakdown, it was happy. It was somebody who was head over heels in love with me and would do anything for me, you know. And I never got that from anybody my age. I never got that from previous boyfriends. Um,
I can
you know,
agree. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was with my ex, I was in that long term relationship, the 13 years, like off and on, and then more on later on because we raised our kids kind of together. They got graduated high school together and all that stuff like that. But I and when I look back on it, I never had that from someone that was older than me or someone that was my age. You feel me? With
mhm,
men that were my age, their respect that's due to me. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm around my friend from the very get go, he always respected me. He always just always respected me, and he really always put what I needed there up there first. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So no, nobody can, as far as that, and especially with my friend, like no, nobody can tell me nothing about that situation. I will never let that go. If I have to, I have to. But if it was up to me, I'm not letting that go again. And that's only
right,
because we have so much fun together. And just like I said, he's turning 41 next month. He's turning 41 next month. I'm taking him on a trip. a day trip, just a little day trip. But it's for his birthday and like to show him some appreciation for really like being there when I was in a really, really tough spot, right? But that's what friends do. And just because we care about each other, it doesn't mean that we're gonna be we cross any boundaries with each other. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to knock. I ain't going to that man house, without accident and stuff like that. Or I mean, just popping up that pop up. I'm gonna say all of them because I know there's some good ones out there, but
Right.
believe me, you. When I have hung around with my jits or somebody younger than me, it's so much better. It's alive, you know, it's fun. There's so much more I can talk about with them. It just seems like there's so much more that I can talk about. I seem to relate more to the younger crowd. I just
There's
seem
nothing
to
wrong with
relate
that.
more to the younger crowd.
Well, true. That does
Yeah.
make sense. But like we also mentioned, she is the older one. I am the younger one. So of course, like me dating younger men, I'm still dating kids. You know what I'm saying? And she's dating men that I would date because they're older than me.
And I won't go
So,
under.
you
I
know, you're
won't go
you're
nowhere
you're
close.
hearing opinions from two different spectrums of the
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
gap. You know what I'm saying? How qualified are these gentlemen? Every
My
gentleman is different. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Not every person you date is going to be of the same stature as the last one or the same stature as the next one. You know what I'm saying? I dated a man that had potential to own Kai Mora, who had an opportunity to own his own trucking company and take over everything from his father. And he fucked up, did drugs, and lost all that. I dated a man who was older, who is well off, um, he's well off and has his own and has children, is looking to have more children. He just wants to live life and be happy. I dated a man who has no kids and is all wrapped up in work and his career, and he wants to have passive income that pays out well, and he's not looking for anything serious right now. I've dated a man who has been scarred, and he, all he focuses on is his children and just getting by each day. He doesn't he's interested, but he's not interested. You get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is in the same boat, not everybody's going to have the same circumstance, so you can't really compare them just off of that. You can only look at the individual themselves and move forward with that individual despite what their age is.
Let me see what you said right here. What I mean by qualified as I'm not dating just I'm not dating just one 20 something. There's a decent number of 20 somethings willing to date
But she
me.
also says she's
Okay,
dated multiple younger men.
okay. Having your way with one person amongst the age bracket. So am I taking advantage of my friend aggressive? Let me ask you that question. Do you think that I'm taking advantage of my friend because he's younger than me? But but let me share this with you. I When I come around him,
Big age gaps,
my
Mora.
my friend my friend has money, a great job. He is the plug. Drives a great car, a nice car. Has a lovely home. When I come around him, I could be in his pockets and everything. I don't have to ask for anything. You know, I I don't have to ask for nothing because he's a man. And when you're around a man knows how to treat a woman. So, I'm not getting over on nothing. I come over there with my own bag. And he knows that. He doesn't like it.
Hmm.
But I come over there with my own bag. And even though that's the plug, I still have other bags in my purse from
Right.
elsewhere because I'm an investor. I'm an investor in cultivating marijuana. So my cousin is a cultivator. I don't have to pay for weed. I have it with me, and he is the weed man that I'm sitting next to. You understand what I'm saying? So what am I gaining from hanging out with him? I'm getting a lot of pleasure, baby. I'm gonna be honest with you. You want grown folks side of it, right? I'm getting a
Nothing
lot of
more, nothing at
pleasure.
all.
Let me tell you something.
Um,
I get my feet rubbed. I get my whole body rubbed, squeezed, touched. I get to lay on the big chest. I tell you, I get it all, baby. When I leave up out of there, I don't even got to worry about nothing. I'm straight. I already got money in the bank. And it's not about that. It's about how he wants me to be. When I leave him, he want to know I'm straight.
for those of you just walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. We're getting close to the closing of the show. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We're here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's topic, he's 10 years younger than her. Tonight's topic was
Yes.
big age gaps with Sexy Red Ma. She dates younger men. We are just wrapping it up.
Mhm.
I am doing something different, so I'm gonna allow you to give your outro, Red Ma. My last
Okay.
question, my last thing is, what advice do you have for somebody who might be into older, dating older or dating younger, but is afraid of outside opinion or anything like that, so they're not open about it. And then I'm going to add a little something. I have some couples, famous couples, 10 years younger. Um, we have some couples, famous couples that have been in long lasting relationships and they have big age gaps. But I'm going to let Sexy Red Mall give her outro really quick.
So, you guys, yeah, this is Sexy Red Ma. I am the hostess with the mostest. I have a show, Connections with Red Ma. I'm about to do my season finale with my daughter as my co-host. And I'm planning it for next Wednesday, so be looking out for my flyer on Instagram. Make sure you go follow me on all my
I'm
platforms.
going to set an alarm. I
And
plan to be there.
then we have SHL Social High Live, and that's with Florida's finest. We do that every Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do have Fine Men Fridays coming.
Yes.
I think we're gonna do our first one next Friday. And that's gonna be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if any fine man wants and thinks, well, if any fine man has confidence in here, make sure you go and sign up with me or Florida's Finest on IG to step into come on in there, get your faves up, meet these lovely women, and let these lovely women shower you with gifts. But make sure you come.
Definitely, definitely. You're more than welcome to stay in the box while I do this. So, what I noticed, what you guys liked in previous episodes when I did Black History Month, um, I discussed famous because the topic was interracial dating, and so I discussed interracial couples in history and a little few fun facts about those interracial couples. And then when I did the follow up, which was biracial people, which is the product of interracial couples, I talked about the impact of certain biracial people in history. So today I brought you guys some couples and their fun facts. So my first couple is Alec Baldwin, who is 64, and Helena Baldwin, his wife, who is 39. That is a 26-year age gap. They have 7 children together. They've been married since 2012 and they started dating in 2011. And they're still going strong now. So that's one big age gap. That's 26 years and they're going strong. Then we have, I love this couple, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta Jones. They've been dating since I was a kid. Okay?
Yeah,
They met
yeah,
in
they've been in there for
1998.
a long
That's a
time.
25-year gap. They have 2 children together. They've been married since 2000. Then they split in 2015, but then they reconciled. I'll be in attendance tomorrow. You're good. You're good. Then we have Matthew McConaughey and Camilla Alves, and he is 53 and she is 41. That's a 13-year age gap. They met in
Mhm.
2006, they got married in 2012, and they have 3 children together, and they're still going strong. The next couple is Sylvester Stallone, who is 76, and Jennifer Flavin, who is 54. That's a 23-year age gap. They met in 1988. Okay. They got married not too long after that, but then they split because he had cheated on her with Janice Dickinson, the model, and but they reconciled in 1995, and they've been back together ever since. Hi, babe. Okay, and then our last couple is George Clooney and Amal Clooney. Now, George Clooney never saw himself getting married. He said that for years, everywhere, like he's not the marrying type. Then he met her in 2013. Somebody told him to start to, to get in contact with her. They started emailing, they started dating after contacting each other via email for a few months. And then they got married in 2014, and then they're still married to this day with a set of twins. So, as much as people look down on the big age gaps, it is possible.
Yeah, it's more.
All right, look, here's the thing, Wap. I didn't have enough time to look. I just Googled it really quick and I didn't look into it. But I wanted to make sure that it was people who didn't have any issues. Like they mentioned Eddie Murphy. I was about to put him down, but they've been engaged since 2018. Who's engaged for over 5 years? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's
So
I don't know,
so
but
that's not a good example. So,
but we
I didn't
definitely
have
gotta
enough
put
time to really
Dwayne
do my
Wade in there
research.
and Gabrielle Union. We got to put them in there.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. We got to put them in there because that's a good one.
Yeah, so I wanted to do Black Excellence. I just didn't have the time to do it. I gave
Yeah,
myself 30 minutes to really do the research, but this was a test run. I know that you guys enjoy when I bring you guys some fun facts like that. So I'm going to start incorporating it in each episode. So it's something you guys can look forward to for future episodes. The next episode might be sugar babies. I have to reach out to my guest and see if she's interested in doing it. Um, and if we could find some sugar parents, if you guys know anybody who's a sugar parent, send them my way if they're interested in talking and speaking their piece. I appreciate all of you guys for tapping in today. You guys be sure to give Sexy Red Ma a fave the gifters, fave.
yes. I'll make
I
sure
would
y'all
say
drop
fave
the
the
favor
reds,
on.
but my only red is peaches until the show ends. So that's it. That's all.
Yeah, you
Well,
guys make sure.
there's such thing as a sugar daddy, a sugar mama, so that would be a sugar parent. Um, and so that's why I want to have something like that on the show. I just have yet to find anybody who
Hmm.
admits to participating in that. So I see you guys trying to get in the box, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dead this stream and then I'll come back. We'll go outside for some
I
good
appreciate
stuff.
it.